Scaling mentoring programs is far from easy, even if you have approval and budget. The biggest roadblock to properly scaled mentoring programs is spreadsheets. I love a good spreadsheet as much as the next data nerd, but let's face it, you can't scale by taking a manual approach. And no, adding a ChatGPT plugin to your Google Spreadsheets app isn't going to cut it. You need dedicated software with fine-tuned algorithms and features designed to automate everything from matching participants to sending and receiving communications. Hi, I'm Sam. You're in for a treat today that will help you understand how software solves the scaling problem. In this video, Cardinal Health explains exactly how they ditched the spreadsheets to offer mentoring more broadly and more measurably at their company. But first, we make these videos to help mentoring programs like yours succeed. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and comment so we can continue creating content that addresses your most pressing employee development, engagement, and retention needs.
We've come a long way since I started running the program, I think about 7 years ago, where we were very manual. So we lived off of spreadsheets. So we would get enrollments from mentors and mentees, and we'd print all the spreadsheets out and we'd lay them all out when we did the pairings. Once a year is when we do the pairings. And it was tedious, to say the least. And when we started utilizing MentorcliQ, that changed our life.
We always say time is money, right? The amount of time now we can do this and turn it around, we're not spending weeks doing these pairings, we're spending a day or two. So I'm sure our senior leadership is happy to see that we're either back out in the field with our teams and selling and doing stuff like that versus spending a week trying to figure out the pairings. WIN actually stands for the Women's Impact Network, and ISF stands for the Independent Sales Force. So our target audience is sales folks on the independent sales side, calling on retail independent pharmacies, long-term care facilities, and whatnot. And the goal with our program is focusing in on career development and growth within the organization. So our goal is to connect people across the country, throughout the United States, and partner them and let them have an ear, a person, a point of contact to ping ideas off of and grow and develop.
So WIN is one of the Cardinal ERGs. So we are sponsored by one of the ERGs, and obviously they're very heavily involved. Both Brett and I are on the WIN committee with a focus on the mentoring program. We all are WIN committee members, and like I mentioned earlier, there's a few different committees, marketing, content, and obviously mentoring being one. So it's something that we volunteer to do. We are all passionate about it. We would get together and we would spend 4 or 5 days locked in a room just doing all these pairings, and it was just very tedious because, again, we didn't have the capability to look and say, okay, this person needs development and financial acumen, for example. Well, there's quite a few people in the sales team that have great financial acumen skills, right? So with the MentorcliQ program, we can look and say, okay, well, all these people are a great mentor for this person, but this person is 90% match. So then we will obviously choose that person because of the personality traits and all the other things that go into your algorithms for matching. MentorcliQ has been essential to help us keep the team engaged, right? Because back to the spreadsheet days, kind of out of sight, out of mind, right? Unless that mentee was really on top of it and saw a lot of value, you get busy, you get in the weeds in your day-to-day job, and things can fall through the cracks. But with the constant communication that we're doing now, as well as the quick clicks and things like that, sometimes it'll trigger, I have to make a call with my mentor, or a lot of times people will do like recurring invites where it's just on the calendar with their mentor, and obviously you change it as you need to, but that keeps people engaged as well. So we recommend to do that as opposed to just like setting up random calls when you need to talk to your mentor, and I think that helps as well. But MentorcliQ has made us come a long way in that aspect. So we've definitely seen the engagement go up.
It's encouraging that the participants let us know how their experience is, right? So them providing the feedback, then we can take it back to our vice president, who kind of sponsors our program and is kind of like one of our co-chairs of WIN as well, and let them understand what kind of progression these pairings are making. And we see the career development. Nicole mentioned a mentor-mentee pairing that ended up in a promotion, right? So those types of success stories that we share back to the stakeholders and talking to them about that shows that the program's heading in the right direction and it's beneficial for the organization.
The MentorcliQ platform has been extremely valuable there too, because again, back to the spreadsheet days, I keep referencing that, but we didn't really have much to share outside of a few things here and there that somebody shared with us. In this aspect with MentorcliQ, we can show them the ROI. We show them the quick clicks and the engagement from the team and the feedback that they share, the satisfaction survey. So we always share that with our vice presidents and senior vice presidents.
Our vice presidents and senior vice president, they're engaged, they're participating. So that's a big part of it. So when they see the type of engagement that they're getting, they realize that it's happening all across the program. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you've got a senior vice president mentoring somebody or a vice president mentoring somebody, and people can get that type of exposure. With participants, employee retention's been top notch. You guys have recently launched the ROI stuff, and so we're starting to dig into that a little bit. But I mean, the engagement over the course of the years that Nicole and I have been doing it has just continued to grow and grow. And so that's a true testament to the program in itself, right? And so we're going to continue to try to keep growing the program and facilitate it as best as possible, and utilizing your guys' resources to make it better every year. And that's the goal here. Well, I'm a firm believer as once a mentor, always a mentor. So coming in with that kind of mindset as you're developing a mentorship program is letting the mentee and mentor know that, hey, this is one, it's kind of confidential between them, their relationship, but the relationship doesn't have to end based off of a program ending, right? The other thing that we kind of talk about is the goal within a mentorship program for us is that you're taking that mentor and you're gaining sponsorship. So you're taking that mentorship to a different level, and you're getting somebody to buy in and say, hey, that person's my person when an opportunity comes up, and I would put my neck on the line for that person, and that's your guy or gal. At Cardinal, we use kind of like the terminology, or like I said, acronyms earlier, PIEs. It's something we always talk about: performance, image, exposure, and sponsorship. So kind of using that acronym, that kind of facilitates and kind of flows through what to us and myself and Nicole, what a mentorship program is, because we're focusing in on those 4 key elements.
We also do the Mentor of the Year Award, and that's a big deal because it's at our ISF Now Awards, so that's where we give all the sales awards: Sales Director of the Year, Sales Manager of the Year, and Mentor of the Year is one of those awards that are given. So it's very prestigious, and it's in front of the entire ISF, hundreds of people, and I feel that has really engaged a lot of people as well, because they see the value. And we'll get up there and we'll read the nomination and say, this is why this person was chosen as the Mentor of the Year this year, and we're actually looking to potentially do a Mentee of the Year award, so stay tuned on that one.
What mentoring program tasks are you still doing manually on spreadsheets? Let us know in the comments below. Manually running programs works best when you're catering to only a few dozen participants at most. But once you find mentoring needs to expand, those spreadsheets will become one of your biggest hindrances to growth. Consider which processes can be automated, and from there, check out how mentoring software can help you develop, engage, and retain hundreds or even thousands of employees. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to visit us at MentorcliQ.com, Diverse.com, and follow us on LinkedIn for more mentoring program insights and advice.